2 officers knocked at midnight. Missing person report. Are you Tessa Blake? I am. And I'm not missing. I just blocked my family. I turned 30 last week. Threw myself a party. No one showed. 7 days later, Mom texted. Dad's 50th at Lakeside Resort. 1-800 per person. Venmo me. I sent $1. Congratulations. Then changed the locks. They tried my accounts. Then called the police. I'm Tessa. 30. Former family bank. Newly unavailable. If you've survived this kind of love, tell me where you're watching. And listen. Because the night I chose myself, they chose war. I didn't become the bank overnight. It grew from favors into rules. Childhood taught me love had receipts. Good grades bought silence, not pride. Don't be difficult, Mom said. Be useful. Dad preached sacrifice like scripture. Family first, money now. Sarah learned to ask pretty. I learned to pay quickly. 19, I co-signed a refinance. Just paperwork, Dad said. I signed where he tapped. 22, I wired tuition. Only this once, she promised. 24, Dad's car died. I bought the bridge car. The bridge never ended. Question the pattern, get punished. Ungrateful, Mom said. They kept score. Moved goalposts. Called me dramatic. I chased worth with payments. Affection felt conditional. 30 neared like a deadline. I saved between rescues. They called it hoarding. Why save so much? Your sister has real costs. Her ring, her remodel. Her second honeymoon, investment. The joint account stayed open. Convenience, I told myself. Leash it was. When I delayed, messages piled. This is urgent. Don't make us beg. Dad's closer never changed. You owe us your life. Turning 30, I chose different. A tiny lounge. A cake with my name. I sent time and a map. 7 slid past. 9 swallowed my voice. No call, no sorry. Just the bartender's mercy pour. A week later, Mom's blast landed. Dad's 50th, Lakeside Resort. 1-800 per person, Venmo me. Not a word about my birthday. Just a bill and a deadline. Something clicked shut. Not rage. A lock. I sent $1. Congratulations. Changed my locks. Blocked every number. 2 days later, the joint account pinged. Security alert, my bank sirened. I moved the money. Silence arrived like weather. Then blue and red lights. Missing person? The officer asked. Not missing. Finally found. When I said no, they chose war. After the police left, quiet settled like a foreign language. No buzzing phone. No knocks. No sudden urgent texts. At first, it felt like victory. Then it felt like withdrawal. I'd been addicted to chaos, trained to answer. Now silence pressed against my chest. I filled the hours with work. Early mornings, late nights. Spreadsheets steadier than family. Emails kinder than blood. At the office, no one knew. I smiled on cue, delivered reports. But the moment I shut my door, my hands shook with leftover adrenaline. I replayed their voices. Ungrateful. Selfish, dramatic. The family chorus etched in my spine. Therapy became oxygen. Dr. Keller's office a refuge. Boundaries aren't walls, she reminded me. They're doors you control. Still, I doubted. Had I gone too far? The missing person stunt rattled me. Who calls police just because you blocked them? I remembered birthdays past. The half-smile when I handed over checks. The way my mother pocketed envelopes. Before even hugging me, love had been measured in wire transfers. Now that love was gone. So who was I without it? I tried new routines, the gym after work. Cooking instead of takeout. Coffee with coworkers who asked nothing in return. One night, Robert from accounting invited me bowling. I almost said no, old habits rising. What if family needed me? Then I laughed. They weren't calling anymore. The lane lights glowed neon. Pins crashed like applause. For the first time in years, joy wasn't followed by guilt. Still, I carried scars. Every purchase triggered a memory. Would Dad call this wasteful? Would Mom say Sarah deserved more? I forced myself to buy a new jacket. Soft wool, navy blue. It fit like armor. At work, promotions circled. Tim, you've carried this place, my boss said. We want you leading the new project. Respect without invoices attached. Nights alone were hardest. I stared at locked doors, waiting for headlights in the driveway. But they never came. Instead, emails from my lawyer arrived. They tried to reopen the joint account. Blocked. They attempted a mortgage refinance. Denied. Each attempt another reminder. They weren't done, but neither was I. I kept a folder on my desk. Statements, screenshots, proof. Every dollar I covered. Every plea archived. It wasn't obsession, it was preparation. Because I knew silence was temporary. They would return. And this time, I wouldn't flinch. Quiet doesn't mean peace. It means gathering strength. The knock came 3 weeks later. Sharp, relentless. Not a neighbor. Not delivery. Through the peephole, my sister, Sarah. Mascara streaked, eyes swollen. Behind her, Dad's car idled. I hesitated, then opened the door an inch. "You can't just vanish," she snapped. "You're tearing this family apart." I didn't vanish, I blocked abuse. Her lip trembled. "Dad's in trouble, we need you." Trouble? My stomach tightened. Fraud. Tax evasion. The words spilled fast, rehearsed. "Federal charges, Tim. He could lose everything." She gripped my arm. "You have connections. Judges, lawyers, help us." I laughed, sharp and bitter. "My connections are my coworkers, not miracle workers." Her desperation deepened. "Think about Dad, about Mom. This family needs unity." Unity. The word cut deep. Where was unity at my birthday? Where was love when I begged for respect? "You ignored me," I whispered. "You called me selfish for leaving. And now I'm supposed to save him?" Tears welled. "You don't understand. Without you, he'll collapse. We'll lose the house. The house. The mortgage I co-signed. The one they tried to refinance behind my back. Now it was leverage." Dad stepped forward then. His voice still carried weight. "Tim, son, do the right thing." The word son hit like poison. Only used when they wanted something. Never when I needed love. "Do the right thing?" I held his gaze. "You forged me into a wallet. Now you want forgiveness on credit?" His jaw tightened. "You're overreacting. Family sacrifices for each other. Sacrifice." That twisted scripture again. Their code for exploitation. "You sacrificed me for Sarah's wedding. For Ethan's tuition. For every whim and whimsy. I bled so you could shine." Sarah sobbed louder. "Please, Tim, think of the boys. Your nephews adore you." My chest cracked. Children were innocent. But innocence didn't erase betrayal. "No," I said. "Not this time. Not ever again." Silence. Cold. Heavy. Dad's eyes hardened. "You'll regret this." "Blood is blood." I stepped back, door half shut. "No, blood is not bondage." "Not anymore." I closed it, firm. Their muffled voices lingered outside. Threats, pleas, all tangled. Inside, I leaned against the door, heart pounding, hands trembling, but my choice steady. The twist wasn't their fraud. It wasn't their desperation. It was me, finally refusing the role they wrote. Sometimes the biggest betrayal is realizing family sees you as currency. The knock at my door was a drumbeat of fury. Through the peephole, I saw them, my parents, my sister, their faces hard. I braced myself, breath tight, pulse hammering. I opened the door just enough to speak. "Go home." Mom's voice was sharp, slicing through the night air. "Oh, now you're hiding? Your father is beside himself. He thinks you've lost your mind." "I'm perfectly sane," I replied, my voice cold. "I just finally decided I'm done being your bank account." Her eyes narrowed. "You don't turn your back on family." "I didn't turn my back. I just stopped paying for your lifestyle." Her face twisted. "So this is about money, after everything we've done for you?" I laughed, bitter and sharp. "Everything you've done? You mean the guilt trips? The constant demands? The silence when I needed you most?" Dad stepped forward, his voice heavy with fake disappointment. "Tim, what are you doing? Why are you acting like this?" "I'm acting like someone who's tired of being used." "You're making this all about money," he shouted, losing his calm facade. "Family is about sacrifice, about support." I shook my head slowly, eyes burning. "No, family is about respect, and you never gave me any." Mom laughed, the sound bitter, almost mocking. "We've done everything for you, and this is how you repay us? Everything for me? Like draining my accounts for your vacations? For Sarah's wedding? For Ethan's college? But when it came to me, even my birthday, you didn't care." Dad scoffed. "You're 30. Grow up." "Yeah," I snapped, my voice rising. "Grow up and keep paying your bills. That's all I ever was. Your safety net." "You owe us," Dad barked, stepping closer. "We raised you, fed you, gave you an education. I owe you nothing. Not a cent, not a minute, nothing. You're destroying this family." Mom's voice cracked with fury. "No, I'm just not letting you destroy me." Sarah stormed forward, her voice shrill with rage. "Are you happy now? Mom's been crying all morning. Dad's blood pressure is through the roof." "Spare me the drama," I shot back. "This is what you all do. You play victims when the money stops." "You're so selfish," Sarah spat. "You think you're better than us." "No, I just finally realized I deserve better than this." Her scream cut the air. Fine, go be alone then, let him rot. They turned toward their cars, but Mom looked back one last time. Her face was fury and venom. You'll come crawling back, begging for forgiveness. I smiled coldly. Don't hold your breath. The tires screeched, leaving silence sharp as broken glass. Inside, I leaned against the door, heart still pounding. For the first time, I felt untouchable, but they weren't finished with me yet. The courthouse steps felt endless beneath my feet. Reporters swarmed, cameras flashing like interrogation lights. I kept walking. Their questions weren't my story. It was mine. My freedom. My truth. Robert waited by his car, steady as always. He asked just one thing. Are you all right? I laughed softly, breath shaky. I don't know, but I'm free. Weeks unraveled piece by piece. Accounts frozen, house secured, debts tied to their own names. Collectors stopped knocking. Silence settled like a fragile gift. Nights were hardest. Guilt crept in like smoke. Blood is blood, his voice echoed. Had I betrayed him? Or had he betrayed me long ago? The scars on my chest told the answer. Robert visited often, tea in hand, voice calm. You're not broken, he said. You survived. I reclaimed the kitchen, scrubbing away years of shame. Opened curtains wide, letting sunlight flood a room once poisoned. Then a call from Miss Grant, my lawyer. The restitution order is final. He'll repay damages monthly. Irony stung sweet. Piece by piece, he'd repay what he scarred. For so long, I'd been useful, not loved. Now, with bars between us, peace finally belonged to me. Not perfect, not total, but real enough. I'll never forget the father I once believed in. But belief almost destroyed me. Love without respect is a knife, and I refuse to bleed for family again. So I choose boundaries. I choose freedom. I choose myself. That is the legacy I'll carry forward. If you've faced this, you're not alone. Have you ever had to stand up to blood? When that blood tried to drain you dry? Tell me in the comments. Sometimes walking away is the bravest love of all. Because real family isn't about guilt or chains. It's about respect. About seeing each other fully. And if that can't be found in blood, then I will find it in the family I choose.